His Morning Crew with Rob, Allison, and Jim.
Along with Drew and Shama, the creators of a song that is rising on the charts of iTunes. You may have heard this one already.
Broccoli, celery, gotta be VeggieTales, lima beans, collard greens, peachy keen, VeggieTales.
And a special treat, the debut of a brand new song that they shared with us moments ago.
Started, the party's begun. This is Shama and Drew kicking off all the fun. Need an encouraging way to start each weekday, then go ahead and do it the His Radio way.
Come on.
Oh, yeah.
His Morning Crew. I added to it.
Yeah, don't do that.
So good to have these guys along with us this morning on His Morning Crew.
Absolutely. And while creating a viral video is certainly exciting, 2018, wow, what a year it's been for Shama. Many highs and lows. Let's talk about one of the happy things that's coming up in 2 weeks. On September 1st, Shama will marry the love of his life, Grace.
Yeah, I'm super excited. We are super excited about that.
Any pre-wedding jitters?
Yes, a little always. But we're both really excited, and it should be a really great day.
You performing a song?
Oh, yeah.
No, so that's a different part of my life. No. She's super supportive, and I love being with her, and I'm super excited to get married. But yeah, she's like, yeah, the music's fine, but let's keep this wedding serious.
I don't know why, but I'm thinking you may have asked in a very epic way. When you got down on the knee.
Man, what did I? No.
Wait a minute, you can't remember?
I do remember. It was in Charleston. It was at gardens close to. I can't remember the name of the gardens, but yeah, our second date in Charleston, we went to a French crepe cafe.
Okay.
And we ate there, and then we went to this garden. We just started walking around. A lot of tall trees. I wish I could remember the name of the place. I'm sorry, Grace. And so I recreated that same date, and we went back, and I had a photographer there that I already contacted.
That's awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah, and I proposed. So it was
Congratulations.
That's certainly going to be one of the best days of your life, but it comes after a very difficult season that you've had with the loss of your dad in January.
Yeah, yes. So my dad is my parents were missionaries. We're missionaries to Tanzania, East Africa. That's where I was born, and I moved here when I was 2 years old. Moved back when I was moved back to Tanzania when I was 11 after my family became missionaries with my older brother and younger sister. And my parents did mission work. All my siblings graduated. We moved back to Greenville specifically for college, and so we'd go back and see my parents pretty often, and also my parents would always come here and spend like the summer here. And so I went last year for 3 weeks and had a really fun time, and I had some downtime early this year in January, and I thought, I'm just gonna go back. So I was able to, and I went, and 8 days into the trip, we had a phone call that my dad had been in an accident.
Oh man.
And so in my brain I was just thinking, okay, this is fine. Well, he's gonna be just a little ill. I might just have to make some frequent hospital visits before I leave, and it was not the case. So went from one thing to another, but those 7 days I was super blessed, and I say that to this day, that I was super blessed to spend that time with my dad. And the last memory that I have of him is, we did devotion every single night, and he led us in devotion. He prayed for his fellow missionaries. He prayed for the U.S. and he prayed for Tanzania and all that God is doing. He got up and he said, "All right, good night." And I said, "Good night, Dad." And he rounded the corner, and so the next time I saw him, he was not that way.
Dude, how have you walked through that? I mean, I would have crushed me.
Oh man. It's been rough. But it was just so encouraging. The people of Tanzania really came together. Like the first day, I try to tell people, and I took videos, but it didn't really kind of capture the magic of what happened. Well, the first day, when everybody got the news, my mom lives in a compound about like an acre with like a walled in, just her house is walled in, and there was over 100 people, just there. And people brought bags, and they just said tupo pamoja, which is Swahili for we're together. And they just stayed, and we fed them, and they slept, and they didn't go anywhere. People just took off work, and they took time together. So there was time to grieve, and then there was almost time to just kind of like, hey, let's plan this memory. And, my mom was so encouraging from the first day, and she was just kind of like, your dad has finished his journey, and here he is, and here we are, and we wanted him to be here, but God saw it a different way. And, at the time you're thinking, well, no, this is not supposed to happen this way. There's so much stuff to be done, and so much ministry, even just from the ministry side. I was like, man, I love my dad, and I still want my dad. So there was a huge gap, but at the same time, just kind of standing up and, being a part of something magical, which is, the celebration of his life with the people of Tanzania was amazing.
I love how you say that your dad called you to be leaders when we were followers. He dispelled mediocrity and pushed us beyond our understanding.
So that to me is still very, very insane, because I was thinking about it. My dad moved to the U.S. When I was 6 months old. So he moved here in 92, and from Tanzania. He grew up in Tanzania, and he moved here in 92. My mom, my older brother Phil, and I, we moved to the U.S. to join him in 94. And he didn't have any reference for what music or video production or any of this or the arts kind of was, but he encouraged us to do it. He played the guitar and he sang. But yeah, he was just one of those people that he could encourage you to do this, and kind of helped us direct a lot of videos and bought us the camera and all this other stuff. So in a way, I'm just, they would ask me, I was homeschooled, they would ask me, like, Shama, like, I'd show them something that I made, and they'd be like, where did you learn to do this? Maybe like, yeah, like, I just remember at home, remember all that free time in front of when I asked to borrow your computer for the 10th time, and I learned it here. So it's crazy, and he got to see the Chick-fil-A song in another video that I did called the Clapping Masterclass. It's just a sketch that I did, and it was so cool to get to share stuff with him and him kind of see, just kind of like all those times of borrowing his camcorder, kind of what they did. And I let people see a video production company now, and that's something that he didn't even think was possible. He's like, you didn't go to school for that, and I'm like, no, but I've created, and people kind of understand, and Chris Brank gave me a shot, and I've loved it. It's amazing. So
his legacy lives on in you, man.
It does. I really do hope so. It's a huge shoes to fill.
Yeah, that makes me want to be a better dad. So cool. Shama, thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Drew's been along with us as well. It is his morning crew.